morning, my brothers and sisters. On this, the second nerd-centric episode of the Good Morning Guys podcast called GMG Nerds, I think. Today, we're going to be talking about CCXP, Comic-Con Experience, and the Video Game Awards, also called the VGAs to some, or at least it used to be. I'm old, so that's what I think it should be still. But first, thank you, Joiner, for joining us on this fine morning, afternoon, evening, or night. I am one of your hosts, or your principal host, along with two other sub-hosts that sometimes host. I lost track of what I'm saying. I am the Brazilian nerdineer and transition dork, Lucas Hamswisher. Also with me, the judge, the jury, and executioner of horn-rimmed glasses and pocket protectors, Patrick Novacell.
Oh, yeah, it's good to be here, guys.
And our final member of the GMG Quadfecta here tonight, the Rocket League and Beast of the East, who can make you squirt milk out your nose with 3 words or less, Ronnie Johantis. From laughing, by the way. Not just like it's not like he just looks at you and milk just comes pouring out your nose for no reason.
Yes.
Milk from your nose. No, it's from laughing. just so we're clear.
Like, this is a superpower I have?
I got ripped off.
Dude, have you ever squirted milk out your nose? It's awful.
It burns.
I would lose any fight because of that. So, Ronnie, if that's your superpower, you win every fight there is.
All I can do is make you do that, and then I have to fight you straight up with no powers. Sounds horrible.
I think you would win because they can't see you. Your eyes are watering.
Yeah.
I'd imagine if I was in a fight against somebody like large, like if I was fighting The Rock and I was able to do that, like he would just like recover from my like little minuscule attack that I was putting on, and then just beat me to a pulp.
Unless there's like a crowd of people, then you have them all do it on The Rock, and then it's over for him.
Yeah, that's
slippery.
Unless you could just keep getting people to shoot it out their nose, and then there'd be no way they could even fight.
I mean, does it just come out like a faucet, or is it just
I think repeated
rapid fire?
Exactly. Uncontrollable amount of milk just coming out their nose. This is what happens when Mark is not here.
That is what happens.
That is true.
All right. So in this nerdy edition of
he's not with us.
The GMG, he's not with us, but he's with us in spirit. So God rest his soul. We're talking about CCXP, Comic-Con Experience. They made a number of announcements, some of which we are not going to talk about today because we do not want this show to be 2 hours long. So we're just going to talk about...
More importantly, who cares?
Thank you. I was giving the PC and the respectful answer. Ronnie's giving the true answer to why we're not talking about it. So we couldn't care less. For those of you who could care less, you're saying it wrong. So stop it. We couldn't care less.
I think that was directed towards me. Thank you.
No, I wasn't directing that towards anyone except you, Patrick. I was.
It felt like
towards you.
Ronnie, can you just make Lucas have milk come out of his nose, please?
Here it goes. Oh! I've already been down that route. I'm immune to it. So I tried to chug a gallon of milk in under an hour back in college.
You tried to do the challenge.
I did, and I failed miserably.
Do you automatically fail when it comes out your nose?
No, you automatically fail when you throw it up. And I threw it up, and it not only did milk come out my nose, but I had pizza with pepperoni and banana peppers.
Oh, no.
And that also came out my nose. Banana peppers in your nasal passage, not cool. Just in
it
case
seems like a
wondering.
doable thing, though, too. Like up until
it does.
Like you get like halfway down, you're like, there's no way.
Well, there's some people who are like, I'm just going to do it super fast and then do a little bit, but that doesn't work.
It's a nightmare because if you run out of steam before you get to the bottom, you're in trouble.
Yeah. And then if you try to string it out over time, you get the last 5 minutes and you have like a quarter gallon left. And it's like, I got to chug this in the last 5 minutes. And then up it comes.
You ever try to do the cracker thing? Where you eat like so many saltine crackers in like so many minutes? I don't remember what the number is. It's some small number. It's like 6 crackers or something ridiculous. And it seems like it's the easiest thing to do. But your mouth gets so dry by like the third cracker, you can't even swallow them.
I've done that before, and my throat hurt for like 3 weeks afterwards.
It's rough, man.
Yeah, dry food challenges are no bueno. I remember watching people do the cinnamon challenge,
coughing it up,
where they get the spoonful of cinnamon, and then they're like,
"That's one I would not try."
And then they just go, and it just flies everywhere.
Cloud smoke.
Yeah,
cinnamon smoke.
Yeah, that's rough. It always seems like it's doable until it's not. So
I think that's why they're things, because you can talk people into doing them.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Okay, back on track. I'm going to pretend to be Mark for a second. In any case,
on track.
We are talking about CCXP Comic-Con experience, and we're going to run down a list of some some announcements or re-announcements. Is that a thing, Patrick?
Yeah.
Renouncements.
Renouncements. Oh no, see, that sounds like they're like denying their existence. We're renouncing this movie. We no longer want it to come out. Well,
maybe they were renowned worldwide, though.
Maybe they were renowned renouncements. Okay, re-announcements. We're going to start with the one that I think is going to get the least amount of feedback and excitement from you guys. I might be wrong. There might be a backup one that I think is going to get also only excitement from me. But that's Pixar's Elemental coming out when, Patrick?
Elemental's coming out in 2023. No release date has been given.
All right, December 31st, 2023 is the release date for that.
Yep.
Yeah, this was just kind of I think more of a teaser. I almost said a tweezer.
Yeah, it didn't really give anything in the trailer.
It really doesn't. It just shows a bunch of elements, like a tree, like a water, fire, like all of them in a subway. And they're just, hanging out, being silly.
How many of the fires do you think are named Ember, though? That's what I thought immedely. I was like, that's got to be a common one.
Yeah,
though.
And the water guy is named Wade. Like, this is perfect names.
So they all have to be like that.
They gotta have derivatives of that, right?
Like, I tell you what, this didn't give away anything about the story. It just gives you like, hey, nothing. This is the kind of like the characters.
It just shows the world, really.
If this is anything like Inside Out, I got Inside Out vibes from this.
I did too.
If it's anything like Inside Out, this is going to be a tearjerker.
Yeah, I very much can anticipate this being a just heartfelt, like hitting the fire and water aspects of relationships, of friendship. Like, I know Mindy and I are going to connect very much with this. She is very much fire. I am very much water.
I feel like water and fire, like that kind of like little relationship right there is like Romeo and Juliet. Like, I don't think that's gonna be hard for it to happen.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. But going back to the very important case that you guys were making for how many varieties of water-based and fire-based names can there be? I think there could be a lot. There's a lot of puns. I think for 20? Water, you can have like an Uncle Soggy. Struggling
on the third name. So there's a whole city.
Okay, maybe this is why I don't work for Pixar. Okay, that's why they don't pay me the big bucks. They got people there making up names. Uncle Rain, Uncle,
I hope in the movie they're just like, this is my younger brother, Frank. We ran out of names.
No, but see, what they're going to do is they're going to say Uncle Frank, and then at the end of the movie, they're going to reveal his full name, and it's actually going to be like an element that is in water.
Frankincense
and myrrh. That's nothing to do with water. That's not even an element. Oh, yes. On the elemental table, frankincense. Yeah. Yes, I love it.
I'd be interested to see more about this movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Pixar's good.
It looked like a cool world.
I feel like I've doubted in the past, before I was a Pixar apologist, I doubted Pixar many times. Like when they had the movie about the fish, I was just like, fish are boring and stupid. Why would that be any good? And then Finding Nemo was hilarious and heartfelt. So I trust him. This should be an interesting adventure and totally wacky. Like who would think of writing a story about just elements in a city? Like, this doesn't make any sense on paper, but they're going to make it work.
They got to be running out of ideas, though.
They really do. They really. I think sometimes they are. So
I feel like they need to get that writer from Elf. Just like Miles and just
Finch, and just get his book out. That's right. Like, all right, I got a story about a peach. All right, the next one, we're going to jump into the Marvel ones because those were on Thursday. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. We got our first kind of full trailer that gave a lot of information. I think the first thing that got my attention was that I think they're diving into some backstories, and I find that to be very exciting. So, you got some backstories.
So,
Go ahead.
I noticed something first different.
Oh, what else did you notice?
What did you notice?
You go ahead, Pat. You were about to say something.
So the thing that I noticed throughout this trailer, it is wonderful Guardians of the Galaxy trailer. Like I love the Guardians of the Galaxy. They're a really fun bunch, when they get off onto that world and they have a basketball and Peter Quill just throws it at the alien, just knocks her over.
Alien's face.
Yeah, so they get into a big fight.
It was Drax, I think, right?
No, yeah, it was Peter Quill throwing it, and then
right.
Drax is laughing. Then he gets hit in the head with a rock, and it's hilarious. Yeah. But the theme that I noticed is there's a lot of crying in it, and
a lot of emotion. Yeah,
I'm thinking there's going to be a death in this. Right. That's why they're doing some of the backstory to give a little bit more weight to whoever's going to die, whether that's one character or multiple characters. But if you look back at the trailer, they're all like yelling, screaming, and crying. And so that's the thing that I noticed from that trailer.
They definitely go into Rocket's backstory.
Yes, they do.
100%.
Yes, they do. That's the one I noticed the most. And I almost said something watching it with my family, and I'm like, oh, I can't say anything. That's spoilers. So
yeah, definitely. They're definitely going back to him, which looks super sad, by the way.
Yeah. And I think at one point it looks like Rocket is in like a heavenly place.
Back at the past.
Yeah, it looks like he's like in the white background. Looks like he's at the pearly gates kind of thing.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't notice that either. Now I'm going to go back and look. Going back in my memory, I believe Ronnie is right. I think Quill has the basketball, and then when it cuts, Drax is the one who throws it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because Quill says, "What are you doing?" Like So you can double check, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Ronnie's right. But yeah, this. What did you guys think of the multicolored suits that they jumped from?
The Power Rangers?
Those were.
I actually thought of Teletubbies.
I thought of Teletubbies too.
Really?
Yeah.
First thing I thought of. Yeah.
I was like, what is happening right now?
All right. So the one thing that I noticed first, and maybe I'm just confused at this, but
it's definitely Drax. I just watched it.
No Thor. There's no Thor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Why is there no Thor?
Have you watched Love and Thunder?
No, I haven't. Is that why?
That's your problem. Yeah. You need to watch Love and Thunder.
I just assumed that he would be in the next movie, considering how they left off with Endgame.
That's what I would have thought too.
I got you. So I need to watch Love and Thunder.
I
actually have that here at the house.
Is it sitting in right next to Superman?
It's on the same shelf. Yeah.
That shelf is cursed. Get it off that shelf.
That's pretty much all Elizabeth. She collects the steel books, so she has a big old collection.
Yeah. It's nothing really major. It's just they've progressed that storyline.
I got you.
Between the Guardians and Thor in Thor: Love and Thunder. So once you watch that, you'll understand.
That makes sense.
Yeah, picks up after that. So
it does look hilarious, but it looks more serious than like any of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies have looked so far, for sure.
And this is the thing, and I feel like this is across the board, that every third movie of the MCU movies always raises the stakes where one or more people die. Like, or they like lose everything, or they hit their lowest place ever. And so where Volume 2 definitely made things more family oriented or more personal, there's definitely going to be some loss in the process of
I see what you're talking about now.
Yeah. So yeah. But it's gonna be hilarious.
That is coming out on May 5th of 2023.
May 5th, man. 2023 is jam packed.
Be a banger.
It is.
It's gonna be a banger of the year.
After banger.
Because
after banger.
Are you gonna keep going?
After banger.
I was gonna let you. After banger. Before that, actually, I think on February 23rd. Is that right? Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
February 17th, 2023.
I was a little less than a week.
Maybe that's
off.
where it's coming out in Brazil, but here in the States, it's the 17th.
No, we're getting it earlier than you. We're getting like an hour before. We're getting it. I'm trying to think of a holiday in January. I can't think of any. We're getting New Year's Day here in Brazil. No, we're not. I'm just kidding. What'd you guys think of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania? I feel like I've seen enough trailers. I don't want to see any more. But
I love the Ant-Man series. It's one of the
for sure.
it is. I mean, collectively, it is in the middle of the pack with when people like rank theirs. I love Ant-Man. Paul Rudd is hilarious. I love that journey. I love
the national treasure.
Yeah, it's good. I'm like with Ant-Man. I don't need to see any more for Ant-Man. That this one though. I guess the trailer that came out was like the legend of Ant-Man, and that
did
was
like a recap,
a little montage of a recap of the first couple movies, along with what happened in Endgame.
Yeah,
and
I thought it was weird. I was watching that and was like, "What the heck is this? I've already seen all of this."
This is all in Quantumania. Yeah. Well, I think what's funny is they show all that, like they show his like a summary of his story, and then it goes right into the new movie where they're like, "Thanks, Spider-Man," and so it's like, wow, way to just tarnish his legacy. But I tell you what, man, the thing I noticed first about this trailer is the song. It slaps. I can't remember the lyrics or
to go back and listen. I don't feel like I didn't pay attention.
The Goodbye Rainbow Road, I think it is. I can't remember, but that song is so good. I can watch that trailer over and over again just to listen to the song. I think Marvel always chooses such great music for their movies.
Very good.
Yes, they do.
It's such a good song. So
yeah, I'm excited for this one. And that one is what coming out in February. It's that's the next one.
Yeah, it is. It starts phase 5 is Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. And I think again, this is the third Ant-Man movie. It's raising the stakes. I know that at least in one portion of the part of the trailer, he's got like a bloody nose, looking pretty beat up. I think someone's going to die. Like it's probably going to be one of the
Ant-Man. No.
I think it's going to be.
It's going to be like
it's going to be the mom or dad. Like it's going to be someone older, someone semi inconsequential. They're consequential, but they're going to make us feel. They're going to make us. It's all about family,
right?
But somebody's going to die, and as long as it's not Ant-Man, Wasp, or what's the van?
Daughter.
The van guy. Oh yeah, and the daughter too. Yeah. But who drives the van? Tells the stories. What's his name? I'm blanking.
Michael Pena.
Yeah, Michael Pena. As long as Michael Pena's still around, he can't die.
Yeah, but then like Kang is in this.
Yeah,
this is like the introduction to outside of like Loki, where he was introduced as the World Destroyer or whatever. I wonder if he's the villain in this. I don't know.
I mean, they're making it. I don't think like he is
though. I don't think he is though.
Maybe not.
They show like this another character in this, which makes me believe that he like Kang is like a Thanos, where they're not. He's in there, but he's not the main.
It's
main
more
villain
of his
for the
introduction.
Story.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe, or it could be so because of what happened in Loki.
Mm-hmm.
Ronnie, you've seen Loki, right?
I have.
Yeah. So what happened in Loki with the whole variants? It could be that he's the main bad and they'll quote unquote defeat him, but it's not going to matter because there's going to be a bunch of these variants of Kang that are just they're taking over pretty much the multiverse in the background, and I think it's going to become more obvious. So I'd be interested to see if they beat him, and then at the end it's like big deal. There's an infinite amount of me, so get ready. Here I come.
Yeah.
So, it should be. It's raising the stakes for sure. All right, we're gonna switch gears to the Star Wars realm. Mandalorian season 3,
season 4, really. To be honest,
I mean, I was gonna. Yeah, it's like season 3.5. I don't know at this point what it is. Yeah. Like I think of the build up to this, and I'm like, that was during Boba Fett. How disrespectful to Boba Fett, but even still, it saved the season of Boba Fett. So
it did.
I'll take it. Yeah, how pumped are you guys? Ronnie, how pumped are you? Mandalorian season 3.
I really just get excited for anything Star Wars, to be honest. Just like anything in that world is just exciting. And Mandalorian, like, it just got better, like as it kept going on. So the action, is going to be there. What I don't understand is, so in the trailer, there is, maybe I missed something again. This would be horrible. The child is back.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Grogu.
But I thought at the end, somebody came and took him. I don't want to give away any spoilers.
Right,
that is a spoiler, but I don't want to give away who it was.
Wait, did you watch Boba Fett?
Now I'm questioning. Now I'm questioning if I forgot something.
Roddy,
is that really what it is, though? That would explain it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, just so you can watch like the last like 20 minutes of Boba Fett in the last episode.
All these
It's
trailers
not the last 20
really...
minutes. It's 2 episodes, Patrick.
That's 2.5. That's like 3 episodes, really.
Yeah, of Mandalorian and Grogu. Of Mandalorian and the child transitioning from the end of season 2 to now connecting to season 3. So yeah, Ronnie, you need to get on that and watch. I mean, Boba Fett's it's a fine.
I feel like in Boba Fett they were like, oh no, like they filmed 3 episodes. They're like, wow, we got to bring back Mandalorian.
they're like, what should we do? Should we film him in the bathtub again? Like, no, we've already done that. Like 3 episodes. We should okay, let's do Mandalorian and Grogu. That's a great idea. Let's shift the focus. He's in the bathtub. We've already done the bathtub scene like 15 times. So
we'll do another one, or we switch gears and just.
What if we have Grogu in the bathtub? Like, no, that doesn't make sense. We need to continue his story.
Sounds better though already.
It's like messing with the handles.
But yeah, Mandalorian season 3.5. Really excited about this. This is like Disney Plus's Star Wars. Right after Andor was great. Andor is awesome. And it's funny because people are like, this is the best Star Wars in a while. It's like, does anyone not remember Mandalorian? Like Mandalorian is so good.
Mandalorian's still the best in my opinion. Andor was good. It took Star Wars in a more adult direction. I will say that I don't appreciate the fact that I don't know when I'm going to be able to watch Andor with my kids and they'll understand it or not be bored. Because Andor super slow, super dialogue-y.
But it was slow, but it was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it had, I'll have to say the whole sequence in the prison, the 2 episodes or so they did that. That felt more like Star Wars. But some of the other stuff was just like, I mean, it could have just been a space drama to me at some points. But once they got into the space prison and then the back half, was more Star Wars, very good. The heist, in Andor was really good. Ronnie, have you watched Andor yet?
Negatron.
Okay. It's fair. Well, that one's not connected to Mandalorian season 3, so you don't have to worry about Grogu popping up.
I want to open my mouth again.
Speaking of Negatron.
Ooh, nice.
You like that? I'm glad you caught it.
Transformers: Rise of the Beasts.
Hold on. Mandalorian season 3, 2023. That's all it says. Right.
No, it's March.
Is it? I didn't see
March. They did. They posted, I don't remember when in March.
The trailer says 2023.
St. Patrick's Day, March
17th.
St. Patrick's Day. It's somewhere around there.
Okay.
Mid-March.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know because I was like, that's my birth month, and that's exciting. Happy birthday to me. So, I'm pumped. 10 out of 10. We haven't rated any of the trailers yet, but I'm going to rate this one. 10 out of 10. I'm so excited to see what's going to happen with him. And now that we started going to Transformers, and I go back real quick, I'm really excited to see where they take, the whole Darksaber issue between him and Bo-Katan, him taking off his helmet, and that fallout that Ronnie doesn't understand yet, but he will once he watches the Boba Fett episodes.
I honestly I remember that, but I don't remember what happened with the kid still. I remember him taking his helmet off and everything.
Well, no, but it was later on he talked to other people who didn't like the fact that he took his helmet off.
The other people there
was a fight.
Sense of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very vague. I like it.
We are in very vague, murky waters talking about these things.
Yeah.
I don't care if anything is spoiled for me, by the way.
Okay. Well, he's pretty much told he's not a Mandalorian anymore.
Yeah, that's what it looked like in the. Was that at the end of the last season, or was that in this trailer? I thought it was in this trailer.
Boba Fett.
Neither. It was in Boba Fett.
Yep.
He goes to see
now they're all mixed up.
He goes to see the blacksmith lady who usually makes his stuff, and they're having small talk. And then she says, "Hey, have you taken your helmet off?" He's like, maybe." And she's like, "Well, you're not a Mandalorian anymore." And he's like, "What do I got to do? What do I got to do to make up?" And she's like, "Well, you got to go to the pool of 1,000 tears or whatever they call it. I don't remember.
And fight some giant rhinoceros. Or
dunk yourself in the pool of despair on planet Mandalore." And he's like, "Well, that doesn't sound very fun, but I'll do it. I'll do whatever it takes."
Why didn't you just say that he didn't take it off?
Well,
that'd have been way easier.
It's not Truth Day. I don't know why he thought it was Truth Day.
Yeah, that doesn't. There are liars in the Star Wars universe, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, is it against the Mandalorian code to lie? I don't think so. So it is what it is. But yeah. So, and then the Grogu stuff, well, you need to just watch it, okay? I don't know.
I'm going to have to watch it through again before I watch this new season, obviously.
You are, in order to understand what's happening. So, Negatroning on. Transformers Rise of the Beasts. You asked for it, and you're getting it. Another Transformers. Someone did. I don't know who.
I'll tell you what, man.
Tell me.
Transformers movies are fun. I mean, they're action. That's all there is. They're not going to win any awards, but they're just epic, really fun. I mean, like the end of the trailer, when the guy just like walks out of the car and the car just transforms into a big
all around him, and there's like
so clean, so cool. Like I was like, that's why I watch Transformers. That the kind of part right there. Yeah. Also, Optimus Prime's voice is almost the same as that ape's voice. I'm like, wait, hold on. Who's talking? Who's talking here? It's very deep. It's very brooding.
Dude,
it's
that
very
ape
awesome.
looked ridiculous, though.
Yeah,
he looked super cool.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the huge like cheetah that's the size of a skyscraper, like just running and blowing up stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm like, well, this is the only thing that I'm like really confused is apparently you guys have, I can't remember if you guys have watched all of them, but they have the main Transformers movies, but then they went back in time, as it were, and did like a midquel. It's not a prequel, or maybe it is, a prequel of Bumblebee, which happens before the first movie. So I guess it is a prequel. And this Rise of the Beasts is a continuation from the prequel of Bumblebee and not exactly connected to
you got to have Optimus Prime in there, you know?
I mean, he's still in all of them.
Yeah.
He dies in half of them, but he always comes back.
I know, yeah. It's like, I feel like he dies in all of them.
Well, he does. It doesn't matter. Like they kill him and then they shove something in his chest, or they
spark.
They get the jumper cables and connect him, and they wake him back up again, and he comes back and he's like, "Here I am, ready to fight."
Robots assemble.
Autobots assemble. So yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
That's why I watch it, is for the fun, like you said.
9 out of 10.
Yeah,
trailer, love it.
I'm all for it. Let's see. Let's switch gears a little bit to a totally unrelated IP. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, let's just jump right to it. What is the nature of this Dial of Destiny? Is it is it a bar of soap, like Dial soap? Or
no.
is it a rotary phone that you dial?
No.
Dial Destiny?
No.
Or is it something that looks like
it's a sundial.
A compass? A sundial?
Yeah. That tells you the time.
Maybe it's a treasure full of dials. Just all kinds of different dials in the treasure.
Mm.
No, so this is probably way out there, but the way the movie is shot, they've de-aged Harrison Ford.
Is it a time travel device?
I believe the Dial of Destiny dials back time, and he's able to go back to when he was younger. And because really, let's be honest, the first 3 Indiana Jones were absolutely amazing when they were in that era. When they did Indiana Jones 4 with Shia LaBeouf, they did it, all the aliens. It didn't feel like it was Indiana Jones, so I think they're bringing it back to the roots, and the only way to do that is for him to go back in time. It kind of there's a couple things I see. It looks like it's either him telling stories of him back when he was a story when he was younger, or he actually goes back in time, and when he does, he becomes that age of that time.
Okay.
So
I would love it for it to be time travel.
You're super. That is why you're so excited.
I would love it so much.
that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
It
because
totally
it
does.
looks really good. Like when the scenes where Harrison Ford, it looks like he's like 40 years younger. It looks really good. He does look
younger.
It looks really, really good. Whether that looks good in the scenes that they do, I'm sure it is. They're throwing Disney money at it, so it's gonna be awesome. Like it feels like what they did with like Iron Man in Iron Man 3 when they did that back in time when he was younger, when he was like a teenager living at his parents' house.
Right.
That like de-aging was really, really well done. I think they're gonna that's kind of like tech they're gonna be using. But I would love it so much if it was, time travel and they go back to the 20s and 30s and 40s or whatever it is, whatever they're doing, to go back in time. I think it'd be awesome.
All right. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that. I think it's going to be, if they're going to do time travel, then why not? I mean, they already did Aliens, so
yeah.
I'm going to go an opposite way here than you went.
Let's hear it.
I'm not looking forward to it at all. I actually think with the fourth Indiana Jones, like they just went overboard. It wasn't anything like the original movies. And this is one of those scenarios where we have to sit while our childhood just gets ruined by these crap movies that are coming out. And I feel like I hope this is good. But I'm nervous about that after the last one.
Yeah.
It's not that I thought the last one was horrible. I just thought it was like,
it was
over the top for Indiana Jones even.
It was. Yeah. It was the wrong story.
Yeah.
Wrong characters. Shia LaBeouf was in it.
I don't think Aliens should have ever come into anything.
No.
They had a good, like, when they made it about family and they focused on that, it was good. Mm-hmm. But as soon as like the second half started escalating to the
everything
alien
got
front,
crazy.
It was like, what are we doing? Like, that's not what this is about.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I saw this and I'm like, oh man, but they're making another Indiana Jones. Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
So I hope it is good. Like I'll probably have to watch it because it's Indiana Jones, but
I feel like Harrison Ford at this point wouldn't have signed on if they didn't do a little course correction.
I think you're assuming that Harrison Ford is just like
he doesn't
real
care.
Good guy.
That's true.
Like I don't know that he's not. Like I don't know that he's not. But my first assumption would be that he's maybe a little arrogant and he does not care about us.
Yeah. No, you're right about that.
Yeah.
But no, I really do. I hope it's good. But I'm nervous that it's going to be,
Yeah.
That's a fair.
They're going to try to outdo themselves again, and that just unfortunately that keeps happening with stuff. There's always a point where you've just gone too far, and you should have stopped. And I think they were there.
They're definitely going to do some fan service. So whether it's done well, like they had it in the trailer, like where he's whipping everybody, and then they all get out guns, and he's just holding the whip, and he just has to duck to not get shot in the face, which was funny. And they'll probably have more moments like that in it. I'm of both minds. I'm really excited just because it's more Indiana Jones, but
I thought it was that part was kind of a nod to when Indiana Jones had the gun in his hand and the other guy was like doing all these dance moves and everything, just shot him. He's like, and then moves on.
Total nod. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. So they'll definitely have a lot of those nods. And let me tell you, I already think it's going to be better than Crystal Skull, because they got Sala back. So John Rhys-Davies, also known as Gimli from Lord of the Rings, he was in the trailer. So if he's in the movie, it's definitely good, because I don't think he was in Crystal Skull from what I remember.
No one remembers Crystal Skull.
That is correct.
Yeah.
But speaking of that, my friend Guilherme, he got to meet him and get his signature. Got a picture with him on Saturday. Nice. So John Rhys-Davies. I think I'm saying that. Yeah. All right. Next up is a movie trailer that I thought was cool. An actor who's the coolest, and I've never seen any of the movies. John Wick 4. I've only read the stories on Wikipedia.
This is the one I was most excited about.
Yeah.
Let's hear it then, Ronnie. Lead the way.
So
what are your thoughts? John Wick 4. How is he still alive? Tell me how John Wick is still alive. I don't understand.
Because
the Dial of Destiny.
He has the original Dial of Destiny.
No, I think with John Wick, they're all just ridiculous shoot 'em up movies. I actually think like the storyline and like the world lore behind John Wick is really cool. Like there's just this whole society basically of assassins. It's an underground world that like nobody knows about except for them. But no, John Wick is what it's. The movies are already outrageous, every one of them. So in this one, like I think Keanu Reeves mentioned in the thing, there's a lot of action, which I'm sure there's going to be more in this one than there ever has been. But it does look like from the trailer that this is going to be the last one, though. It looks like this is going to be, he's basically trying to get out or, get out of the world. But man, I like John Wick movies are like, if you want action and shooting, like this is the holy grail of movies.
Yeah.
I would say you should watch them, but you should not watch them like when your kids are around because that is
the truth.
Brutal. Like there is some brutal stuff. James would have nightmares.
He could go one of two ways. He would have nightmares, or he would just, every time he sees anyone, he would just start shooting at them.
Yeah.
I think hey guys, finger guns. Pew, 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 pew. Yeah. No, I do intend on watching them because I've heard so many good things. And now by this fourth one, I'm like, there's got to be something going on here that I just need to experience. And then, like I said, Keanu Reeves, he's also a national treasure. Like he's is. He really is. I was very sad I wasn't there on Saturday. He does seem like a
very good person, by the way.
For sure.
Straight up, when you listen to him talk, you're like, man, this is a good human being.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Yeah, I've not seen John Wick 3 yet, and this movie comes out in March 24th. Ooh. I'm going to watch John Wick 3 and then move it along into John Wick 4.
Move it along.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Mm-hmm. Day after my birthday, so.
Perfect. Super pumped about that one. I'll have to do that one in theaters for sure.
Yeah. That's definitely a theater kind of movie.
Yeah, you got to get those recliner chairs and the meal.
There's one on this list that is definitely a theater movie that we haven't gotten to yet, but I'm ready.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You got to know which one it is.
I mean, it's got to be Avatar: The Way of Water.
100% is Avatar.
100%. That is a movie
that you gotta see that.
Movie.
You got to see that in the theater.
Yeah, baby. So, yeah, Avatar: The Way of the Water.
It comes out soon.
It's coming out in
a couple weeks. December 16th.
That's a big one, man. That's a real big one.
Yeah. That one's a blast from the past, it feels like.
Didn't it like break all the records there were? I think it's the
number one box office movie of all time, right?
Is it still, or did Endgame pass it up?
They did, but then Avatar came back out in theaters to
they re-released
it. Little cheaters.
Little cheaters, yeah. So it's still, it's the number one. It was the first real 3D movie that was like just a true experience. We have it to blame for them trying to make so many movies in 3D that had no business being 3D, but at the same time, it did it all well. Like
I feel like the first one was so good, man.
I loved it.
There's personally. No way this one can even be as good as that. I'll just say it. Like that was unbelievable. That movie.
We'll see, but you might be right.
But man, it looks like this one's all about family. It looks like there's a kid involved and fighting for people's survival
which is very much the same as the first one, but
but this is like you're adding a +1 to your family tree.
Oh yeah,
that's when things that can
that's
escalate.
True.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, so now you got blue people and then you have teal people because the sea Avatar people are not the same kind of blue. They're more of a teal green. And so I'm curious.
Can't you just use that huge dragon from the first movie to just defeat?
I know, right?
Like, what happened to the dragon?
Well, that dragon has to have like other dragon family as well. So just get a flock of them and a murder.
Give away the ending. This is spoilers for the ending.
Spoilers for the ending. We got an early viewing. So. Well, but they have the air dragon and then they have the water dragon, which is pretty much the Jurassic World. Not plesiosaurus, whatever the big one is that
Mosasaur?
Mosasaurus. Thank you. That eats the Indominus Rex. So spoilers for Jurassic World. Sorry for those who are listening.
It's ruined for them.
We gave them a way to pause it and delete it.
Yeah, they're probably like checking their phone right now.
Like, wait a second.
What happened?
I thought this was only about CCXP. Jurassic Park's in here now. What?
What have you done?
We get angry letters now.
Yep. Wait, do we get letters?
I don't know.
Do people send letters to the podcast? That'd be
Has anybody ever sent us a letter?
Letters. They should.
Yeah. Send all your hate mail to Mark Boucher at
Lynchburg, Virginia. That's all you got to write on the envelope.
Yeah,
Mark Boucher, Lynchburg, Virginia. They know him. Yep. Mm-hmm. They'll get it right to him. So yeah, I'm excited about Avatar: Way of the Water. I know many people critics and people who are dead inside pan it and say it's bad, but I'm excited for this.
It's got to be fun though. It's got to be just fun and exciting though.
Yeah, for sure. The last one we're going to talk about, unless there's another that you guys want to share that I missed. Were you going to say something, or are we waiting?
What? Who knows?
Or should I pause again? I'm going to pause again just for fun.
I agree with this.
The Last of Us TV show, HBO Max. Ronnie, I'm very intrigued to what you think because you have little to no history with this. Patrick and I have played the games, and I want to. Are you interested? How did you find this trailer? How did it settle with you?
It looked like a lot of movies that I've seen before.
Yeah.
What is it? A zombie movie? I don't know anything about The Last of Us. Some kind of zombie creature, I would assume, and they're like some of the last people left, and they're just trying to survive.
Yeah, basically that's it. You know, there's
that's what it felt like.
Yeah, I mean there's a
that's been done
experiment that went wrong and infected the entire population of the world, and so but then they find out that this is in the trailer, and there's Ellie. She has gotten bit, and she doesn't turn into a zombie.
And that scenario also.
And that's so it is Joel's job to get her across the country to deliver her to the Fireflies so that they can use her to spread a cure. So that's
you remember Z Nation?
Yes.
Same exact story.
Yeah, but this story is grounded. It brings more emotion into it. Like, yes, they're in a zombie world, but it is
to interject real quick. The zombies in this are unlike any zombies you've ever seen. Like,
what are the zombies like in this game?
So the zombies are based off of a real life fungal infection that animals get, namely ants, called cordyceps, and it takes over your brain and it sprouts onto people and whatever, and then spreads to others. And so it's a very different zombie experience.
Yeah. So. And what I liked about the trailer is, man, they had shots that were straight from the game. Yeah. They had scenes, the characters. It seems like it is a 1-for-1 on a very high level, 1-to-1.
Very high level.
Yeah, 1-to-1 correspondence to the story beats of the game. And I thought the Last of Us is one of the greatest stories in video games, and I'm really excited to see how that plays out in a live action television series, which I'm so excited that it's a television series rather than a 2-hour movie. Because there's a lot of story, a lot of characters, and a lot of exposition, a lot of background for reasonings why, what they're doing, and why the characters are the way they are. And one of the things I'm kind of upset about is that it is a 1-to-1. Like I've already played The Last of Us multiple times. It is one of the greatest stories in video games. It's great that they're bringing it to the masses and people who don't have played video games. I think this is a great. But I think it would have been awesome to have a different story.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'll have to give it a try. The movie, because you said the story is really good. Just from the outsider standpoint, I mean, I think it's pretty reasonable to think like, well, here's another zombie movie. Like,
I totally
another zombie show. Like, they all look just like that in the trailer.
Yeah, so, I think if you were to go. It might be spoilers for the show, but if you go onto YouTube and you watch like the first 20 to 30 minutes of the game, and if you're not hooked after that first part, then you probably won't be hooked on the show.
Wouldn't I have to buy a PlayStation if I get hooked though? Yeah, so I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not going to watch it now because then I'll watch it.
YouTube is great. YouTube is great. I mean, you can watch like the story, all the cutscenes in a video game that they do it. I like doing that sometimes. Yeah. But I think if that's the way they start the show, I think it's going to hook a lot of people. I think where if that is the first episode, like first 20, 30 minutes of the game, if that's the first episode, it's gonna bring people in, and you're gonna get a lot of word of mouth. I think with Pedro Pascal in it, being the Mandalorian, you got a lot of name cachet there. I think it's going to bring a lot of more people just because of his name alone. Plus, it's HBO, and they're going to do it well because they do a lot of, HBO does. They put money behind their shows.
How many did they say? Like how many episodes this would be? Is it going to be like
9? I think it's 9 episodes.
So a good amount.
Yeah, and I'm assuming they're an hour long. The 50 minutes to an hour long kind of thing, kind of like Game of Thrones length.
Nothing worse than like a 6-episode season. Like, got to be more than that.
Yeah. For sure. I think the 9 episodes would be a good length. It does sound like it's going to be 1-to-1. So for those of us that have played the games multiple times, it's going to be like, well, it's going to be cool. I think it's just going to be cool to see it in real life. Like, to me, it's like playing the game is like reading a book, and it's not 1-to-1, but it's a lot longer of experience. And so getting to see it actually played out, interpreted, I think for sure Pedro Pascal, he is, at least seems like he's going to give Joel justice in his portrayal of him, the way he's talking. It's going to be unique enough to him, but also at the same time very accurate to the way Joel interacted with Ellie. And yeah, I think across the board, I'm looking forward to it. Unfortunately, it's definitely not a show my wife's going to watch. So
my wife and I watched the trailer for it, and she's like, "I'll give it a shot," because she knows how much I love Last of Us, the game,
right?
And she wants to know why. So I think it'd be. Why is not up Minnie's alley to watch these kinds of shows, or
it's the horror aspect?
Okay,
the mature.
But I think there's. But it's so much deeper than
it is
zombies.
It is. It's so much deeper than zombies, but it's still zombies. There's still a lot of creepy, scary. No, she can't handle any of it. The reason James can't handle it is because it's in Mindy's DNA, and she passed it down to James, and now he has it. So he won't be watching it either anytime soon. But yeah, I'm excited for it. It's going to be a cool
January,
1-to-1.
I think 15th of next year.
Well, that is close.
It's really close.
I think you're right. So there you go. Those are the CCXP announcements.
We skipped over.
What did we skip?
Witcher: The Blood Origins.
Oh,
you didn't want to talk about that?
Yeah. I got halfway through the trailer, so let's talk about the first half of the trailer. There's a bunch of people.
That's when I turned it off.
There's a bunch of mythical people.
Not
The Witcher.
I don't care.
That I don't care about. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was also announced, and I didn't watch the other. I played the Witcher games, but I didn't watch the Witcher TV show, Netflix show.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that's very adult.
Yeah, very adult. Mm-hmm. So yeah. All right.
Okay.
Well, that concludes CCXP. Let's jump into some video game awards. That's coming this Thursday.
Hold on.
Wait, just
kidding. You want to bring the community in here?
Oh, I'd love it if you brought the community into this talk. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, let's
weird pause.
We're just all about the weird pauses tonight.
All right. So, GOAT on standby. I'm guessing that is Travis Pospisil.
Yeah.
I'm excited for all the new movies coming out, but refuse to watch trailers. And that's fair. That is fair.
There you go.
They almost always give up much more than I want them to. The two things I'm most excited for are The Last of Us TV series and Mandalorian Season 3. That's Pedro Pascal, both of those.
Yep.
I feel the production value of these shows has ramped up so much over the years. It's almost like watching a 12-hour movie. Yeah, that's like I said, the big, huge series and adaptations. When they throw money at it, I mean, it feels like they're doing it justice, and it's not just like a Saturday afternoon CW show that some of these are. But these, the ones that are on HBO and Disney, they look really good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm excited with you, Travis. I can't say though that I can skip trailers. I feel like for me it hypes me up more, and I find most of the time while they do give a lot of information away, it's usually not connected Like you don't really know how they get there, and I'm all about the journey,
it brings a lot of questions.
Destination. Yeah, so it brings intrigue, and you're like, ooh, how do they get to this point? And so it just hypes me up even more watching trailers. But I get it.
Moving over to Facebook, Jeff Maxwell says everything except Avatar. Apparently does not. One of the
hater.
Yeah, one of the haters.
Haters gonna hate.
And then Mike Doherty says only trailer I watched was The Last of Us, top of the list.
There you go. Well, when it's the only one on the list, Mike, it's easy to be top of the list.
And then on Twitter, Gabe Pavao says, okay, so which of the trailers released were your favorite? Which one? Yeah. Which
my
one
favorite trailer.
Which was your favorite trailer?
I'm going to have to go with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah?
It's partially because it was the only one that was 100% new. I mean, honorable mention, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, though I will admit that when they first said the Dial of Destiny, I was like, that's kind of a dumb name. So it's going to put it out there. But
it is a dumb name.
Doesn't sound great already.
It doesn't.
No,
but
it doesn't.
My favorite trailer was Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
I love the Indiana Jones movie, and I love how they're bringing it back to hopefully the whole entire movie is back in the 30s or whatever. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
He says, I was at the Disney panel, and the Indiana Jones trailer made me cry.
Oh, getting teary-eyed. But Ronnie,
Ant-Man,
did you say what's your favorite?
I didn't. I was actually hoping you would just let it go, and I was going to tell him about it after it happened.
Okay.
No, John Wick, hands down.
Oh yeah.
Ooh yeah, that is a good one.
And so then Gabe goes on. He says, but Ant-Man was the one that got me excited the most.
That was a good trailer.
Yeah, I think you started the Phase 5 with Ant-Man and the Quantumania and Kang. Yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody's so connected already to Ant-Man. Like everybody's so invested in that character based on, all the movies and stuff that he's been in already. But it's just Paul Rudd. He's just a treasure.
He's an everyman's man.
He is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. For sure.
And that's about it.
Yeah. Cool, joiners. Thanks for sharing that with us and giving your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to transition real quick to the VGAs, the Video Game Awards, and make some quick predictions. We may or may not know, we may or may not have experienced half, if not less than half, of some of these games, but we're still going to predict what we think is going to happen. Okay. We're going to put some Jesus dollars down on this and see who comes out on top and gets the big bucks. We're going to work our way up to, of course, the main event, but I'm not going to say what that is until we get there. So let's start with the best adaptation, and that's recognizing the outstanding creative work that faithfully and authentically adapts a video game to another entertainment medium. So we got Arcane League of Legends, so a little LOL animated thing. Cyberpunk Edge Runners, another animated show. The Cuphead show, very much an accurate adaptation.
Game's ridiculously hard, by the way.
Yes. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and then Uncharted. Now, you can go with your predictions what you think will win or what you want to win. Either way, be true to you.
All right. I think Cyberpunk Edge Runners is going to win.
Okay.
But I want Sonic the Hedgehog 2 to win.
I'm going with Uncharted.
Yeah.
It's got Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg, like two beautiful people right on the front. Probably a win.
Nice. A nice choice. That's what my heart says. I want Uncharted to win.
Yeah.
But I actually think I'm going to go with Cuphead just to be, just to be different.
Sure.
But I'm with you 100%, Ronnie. If Uncharted wins and you get the point, I won't be angry. I'll be pretty happy.
All right.
So I'm going to go with Cuphead, and that's me. And then I think Mark's going to go with Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
That feels like a Mark pick.
Yeah.
Whether he likes it or not, that's his pick. All right. So that is adaptation, best adaptation. Next up is going to be best multiplayer. We are all in some form or another. We're all multiplayer guys, whether it's couch co-op, online. And some of these we have played together. We got Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, Multiverses, Patrick. We got Overwatch 2, Splatoon 3, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge. Ronnie, I'm going to give you the first choice. What do you think is going to win multiplayer game?
Shredder's Revenge.
Yeah, I knew you were going to pick that one.
Man, that was a blast from the past. That was so much fun. Like, just going back to that.
Yeah, that one I think is just the perfect blend of old school and modern controls. Like, it feels so good. When you go back to the old Ninja Turtle arcade games now, it feels so clunky compared to, they're super rough. You move so slowly. Patrick.
Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2.
All right, Modern Warfare 2. Good old MW2.
I wonder how many awards that franchise has won.
I mean, they like
they don't even care.
They had like $1 billion in revenue in like 3 days.
Yeah, they're swimming in money. They're like, give us awards, don't give us awards. We don't really care what you do. I'm gonna go with Multiverses.
All right.
I feel like I don't know if that one still is hot as it was when it came out earlier this year, and Patrick and I were mashing buttons like craziness.
Yeah.
But
that's how you get carpal tunnel, that game.
Yeah, I had to stop playing so I wouldn't get carpal tunnel. So let's see. And then what do you guys think Mark should choose?
Splatoon 3.
You took the words right out of my mouth. That's totally...
That seemed like a Mark pick.
Mark written all over it. So Mark, you picked Splatoon 3. All right. Whether you liked it or not, watch Mark win. I'm going to pick these games
he's
for him.
He's going to clean up.
He's going to clean house. All right. The next one is going to be ongoing game. These are the games that never end. Of course, it usually winds up, the games I play forever don't wind up here because they're not actually ongoing games.
You just keep playing them.
I just keep playing them.
That's what I do with Mark.
We got Apex Legends. Half the Good Morning Guys adore that game. Mm-hmm. Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14. That's one game that will never die. Fortnite, and Genshin Impact. I'm going to go first this time, and I'm going to take a shot in the dark. I feel like Destiny 2, even though I did play that, so it wouldn't be a shot in the dark, but I'm going to go Destiny 2 because I feel like the Witcher Queen or whatever it was called, I don't remember at this point, but it was well received. I'm going to go with Destiny 2.
All right.
Ronnie, how about you?
I'm going to go with Fortnite.
All right.
I think Fortnite is just like one of the biggest games there is, honestly.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Continuing.
Patrick, you're going to go for Old Faithful?
I'm going to go with Final Fantasy 14.
Oh, really?
I am.
All right. Well, I think it's a no-brainer. We're going to give Mark Genshin Impact. That's really the only one that makes sense.
Yeah, skip over Apex Legends and give him Genshin Impact.
That seems right.
It's going to be Genshin. It's going to be Genshin.
It is going to be Genshin Impact, and I'm going to be like, dang it.
Watch Mark have a clean sweep.
He gets all the games right.
No-brainer.
No-brainer. Genshin Impact. Mark Boucher.
Solid.
All right.
It could have been any of the other ones.
Oh, man. All right. Games for impact. These are for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. I already know Patrick's pick, A Memoir Blue.
Garbage.
No, Patrick's real pick and not prick.
Whoa,
wait.
After midnight.
It is. So the special words come out. Dang it. As Dusk Falls is another nomination that Patrick may like. Citizen Sleeper. Endling-Extinction is Forever. Wow, that's bleak. Then we got Hindsight. And I Was a Teenage Exo-Colonist. I've heard of two of these. And I've played one.
Yeah, so, I'm going As Dusk Falls because that's the only game that I've
said it first.
Yeah.
All right, Pat's got As Dusk Falls. I'm going to go with Memoir Blue because that's the only other one I've heard of. Ronnie, what do you got?
Well, I've only heard of As Dusk Falls from your guys' mouths.
Yeah, you can repeat if you really feel strongly about it.
I'm going to go with Endling Extinction is Forever because that is a final name if I've ever heard one.
You are not wrong. Extinction is forever unless you're a cloner.
And then what about Mark? What's he got?
Ooh,
Mark. I'm gonna go.
Genshin Impact.
Obviously, I was a teenage exocolonist.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah, that's totally Mark. Yeah, I agree. All right, teenage.
He's gonna be sitting there listening to this, just like shaking his head, like,
yeah.
Good night, everybody.
He's already said good night, everybody.
All right, got it. Okay. All right, let's see. Next, we got Best Narrative.
Yes.
Best Narrative. Now, this is where it gets tough.
Here we go.
Let me tell you what, man. I tell you what, man. We got A Plague Tale Requiem. We got Elden Ring. God of War Ragnarok. Horizon Forbidden West. And Immortality. Ronnie, I'm going to let you go first because I already know you're
played all of these games.
You did?
Yeah, I'm going with Elden Ring.
Yeah. I know it.
You were right.
Yeah. And you might not be wrong. So I think every one of these, looking at this list, every one of these, even Immortality.
There's some big ones here, yeah.
Even Immortality, because I feel like Immortality's very unique storytelling got people's attention. So
yeah, it did. Yeah.
All right. Patrick, what do you got?
God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah.
I don't think it's I played all 5 of these games.
I think that's
not even close, I think. Elden Ring has a story, but the narrative with God of War.
God of War.
Gad.
God of War.
We're on a mission from Gad.
God of War. Ragnarok. All right, Pat.
That was for Mark because he's up in the Boston area, the Smat Pack.
Boston. That's right. Packing the car. I'm going to go Horizon Forbidden West.
All right.
Just to mix things up a bit. And I do feel like it had a strong story, so it definitely has a chance. And then what are we feeling for Mark? Immortality or Plague Tale Requiem?
Plague Tale Requiem sounds interesting.
Yeah, Mark does speak French, so Plague Tale Requiem
obviously
makes more sense. Yep. Yeah.
It's on brand.
Yeah. I mean, we got to keep, just like with Genshin Impact, we got to keep on brand with Mark here.
Yeah.
Can't go off the beaten path.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. I was going to do Game of the Year next, but let's go ahead and do the biggest and the best, what is it called? Category. And that's most anticipated game.
Get out of here. This is the dumbest. Can I write in something? Like
the worst list. Hold on. Let me read the nominations here. This is
right.
recognized and announced game, no matter how many times it's been announced or delayed, that has demonstrably illustrated potential to push the gaming medium forward. We got.
Okay.
You ready? Let's see how much you're anticipating these games. Gosh. One of these already, I'm like, are you serious? Okay. Final Fantasy 16, XV1, Hogwarts Legacy, Resident Evil 4, Starfield, and then Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, man. I'm going to go with I'm going to go with what I think is going to win.
What are you going to write in?
I mean, there's so many other games in here. Like, most anticipated game, like, where's Spider-Man 2? Where's Wolverine? Where is The Last of Us Part 3? Where is God of War 3?
Unannounced. Unannounced Naughty Dog game.
I'm anticipating it.
Okay, that's fair.
But no, I think it's going to be Legend of Zelda. I think it's. I mean, that's. Yeah. I'm more looking forward to Hogwarts Legacy. Out of all 5 of those games, even though I'm a big Resident Evil fan, I think the Hogwarts Legacy is just like a different kind of. I think it'd be fun to get into a, Harry Potter type of world.
Get on a broom.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun.
Yeah. Play some Quidditch. Yeah. I'm definitely anticipating that.
But these are the 5 most anticipated games. There's got to be better ones.
Yeah. What do you got, Ronnie?
Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah.
I've actually seen like some clips of like gameplay from this, and it looks honestly just like this gigantic open world, like explorer type game, which is cool. I'm all about that.
Yeah,
agreed. Cool. I agree.
Looks like a lot of hours could be put into that game.
It really does. Yeah, it looks real big.
I'm gonna pick Resident Evil 4 just for the absurdity that it's an old game that it's remaking.
Oh, all the remakes that they've done with Resident Evil 2 and 3, they've been banger after banger after banger. It's going to be another one.
And zombie storyline never gets old.
It doesn't. Never. Never, ever. Everybody loves it. Yep, so I'm going to go
Did they ever remake the Mansion one? Which one was that?
Resident Evil 1?
They haven't the first one, the Mansion?
Yeah,
they haven't done...
not a true one. Not in the vein for Resident Evil 2, 3, and 4 they've done. But they did remaster it for 1, but it's more closely to the original.
I couldn't even play that game when I was a little kid. I was so scared. I didn't want to open the door. I thought there'd be a zombie every time.
No, yeah, zombie.
Yeah.
I mean, I think ever since playing that game, I don't like Dobermans. Like they are zombie dogs. Like they're going to eat you and rip out your flesh. So, all right, Mark is either going to do Final Fantasy 16 or Starfield.
Starfield. Give him Starfield.
Agreed. Starfield.
He doesn't even like Final Fantasy.
No. We don't want to go off the beaten path for him. We want to stick to what he likes.
Yeah, we want to stick to what he likes for sure.
Genshin Impact.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Oh, I just put that under Game of the Year.
Genshin Impact?
Adjust that. Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Okay, so Game of the Year.
Game of the Year.
Are you ready?
Game of the Year.
This is for all the marbles. I already know what Ronnie's going to pick, and I'm picking before Patrick this time. So,
okay. Did you guys play Stray? Didn't you play that?
We did. We did.
Was it any
Game of the Year? No.
Mark's definitely picking Stray.
Was it any good?
It was good. It was a good game. Was it Game of the Year quality?
Wait, what's the list again?
Oh yeah, sorry, we're getting ahead of ourselves. It's similar to Best Narrative. So it's Plague Tale Requiem.
Yeah, it is similar.
Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and Genshin Impact.
Wait, Genshin Impact's on there?
No, it's not on there.
It's definitely not on there.
Okay.
All right. So I definitely am just going to go ahead and pencil in Ronnie for Elden Ring.
That's a good
Correct?
Call. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And this is my turn.
If Mark wasn't taking Stray, I might take it.
I mean, Mark might take Elden Ring. What do you think?
Nah. He loves cats.
He does. Oh, I'm definitely giving Mark Stray. So yeah, and I'm taking God of War Ragnarok because you already got it once, Patrick. So
back off.
Yeah, get out of here. I get the banger this time. So what's the banger you're choosing?
I'm gonna. Can I pick Elden Ring? Because I really think that's gonna win.
Oh, you're gonna double up? Yeah, you can. You can.
I think so. I think
it is too. But I wanna.
It is.
I gotta pick God of War Ragnarok.
God of War Ragnarok.
God of War Ragnarok.
God of War.
God of War Ragnarok. Yeah. So Elden Ring is gonna be both Ronnie and Patrick.
Yeah.
And then Mark is Stray. I'm telling you what, man. If Mark wins, I'm going to be so happy. It's going to make me happy.
That'll be a better show if he wins.
It really will. It really will. Yeah. Oh, and just so you know, Game of the Year is recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields.
That could be Elden Ring.
Yeah. It could be Stray.
Elden Ring, for as big
Chronicles.
as monster as it was a pretty good game all around. Like, I didn't have that many problems with it.
No. If I'm speaking honestly, I also think it's Elden Ring, but I already knew Ronnie would pick it, and Patrick also picked it. So we need some variety. Mm-hmm. It's the spice of life. All right. Any? Did you guys want to pick like the esports team of the year?
Nope.
What about the esports? The best esports coach?
100% no.
Still don't care.
What about?
That's one of those things that they're going to do at the bottom of the screen while they're unveiling a new IP.
Will. It's not even. There's going to be no anticipation. It's be like, hey, it's Frank. I tried to say Fred, and then I said Frank, and I was like, it's Frank.
It's Frank. Sounds like an esports name.
It does.
He's
could
Frank.
be a coach. Frank Robinson.
Oh, dang. That's good stuff. All right. Yeah. That concludes the nerdy stuff we got for you today, folks. If you want to, share your thoughts as well, share your predictions, in fact. You still got a couple days. I don't know when this will post, but it may be before Thursday. It may not be. It'll be a day before. Yeah. So please throw out your predictions and see if you can get a better score than Mark. If you can, then he will send you $25. He will send you $100 in the mail. No, he will buy you. He will buy your favorite
new car for
skin
you.
Or DLC for Genshin Impact, and so that'll be the deal. So that's what he's going to do. But yeah, we got Andy's Candies. We got news to tip you off to connect with GMGU, Twitter, Discord, Facebook, Instagram, not TikTok. YouTube and Twitch are also available for connecting with us. Patreon, the merch page. You can throw a coin to your podcasters and rate us on podcast services around the globe with all the joiners and exclamation marks and stars, and call us at 929 GMG guys, all that stuff. You know the rigmarole. I'm just blowing by it here. Alrighty then, Patrick, Ronnie, and you joiners, and our beloved friends, family as well. I said that wrong. Go get your good morning this week, and may God bless and guide your lives as you live, as you work, and as you nerd out.